I hope that these weekday devotionals are being a blessing to you. And as we walk through these steps that we need to take when we're overwhelmed and stressed out, I hope that I have said something that has been a blessing to you and made you at least think about something you could do, a change that you could make in your life that would reduce the stress levels, which would reduce the anxiety levels, which would help you to deal with some depression that you might be facing in your life. And on this particular devotional, we're coming to the 10th step. We've already made it to step number 10. There are only 12, so we're coming to the end. But the 10th step to reducing stress in our life is simply this: learn to laugh a lot. Learn to laugh a lot. The Bible says in Proverbs chapter 17 and verse 22 that a merry heart doeth good like a medicine. And so there's something about having a happy heart, and there's something about laughing. Studies tell us that when we laugh, somehow the act of laughing itself reduces the stress hormones that would otherwise be released in our bodies. Not only that, when we laugh, we are building up our own immune systems. We're building up our own antibodies. And those things, of course, help us to fight infection, and they help us to fight disease. If that's not enough, when we laugh, those feel-good endorphins that we talked about a few devotions back that are released when we exercise, the same thing happens when we laugh. When we laugh, we feel better. We feel good all over. And so think about the importance of laughter. The Bible says that a merry heart doeth good like a medicine. Well, think about what the medical community and what the scientific community have said about laughter. Reduces the stress hormone, increases our immune system, and it releases also those endorphins, those feel-good emotions. And so I would encourage you to laugh. I mean, whether you have a sitcom that you watch on TV that is enjoyable to you. I have some that I like to watch, and they make me laugh. One of probably my favorite show of all time is the Andy Griffith Show. And if I'm home at night at 7 o'clock, it's on MeTV, 7 o'clock and 7:30. If I can be home for both hours, it's a double header in Mayberry for me. And I like to eat dinner a lot at night watching the Andy Griffith Show because Barney Fife always makes me laugh. He'll do something. He'll say something. I think it's funny. Well, there are other shows out there. That's a good show. It's a clean show. There are other sitcoms out there that might just make you laugh. But as we've been going through these steps we need to go through if we're going to have mental and emotional freedom, less stress, less anxiety, you notice that so many of the things I'm saying, we need to do less. We need to slow down. We need to not take ourselves so seriously. Well, you see, when we're on the go all the time and we're out there with that attitude, if it's going to be, it's up to me, I've got to get it all done. Well, we're not laughing. I mean, we can't laugh. I mean, we're so uptight. And so you have to ask yourself this question: when's the last time you really laughed hard about something? And I've noticed in my life, for the most part, I'm a happy person. I enjoy life. I love God. I love my family. I love my friends. I love my job. I love First Baptist Pasadena. And so for the most part, I'm happy. I'm a pretty laid back, happy person. But sometimes I can get quite unlaid back and pretty serious, and I don't laugh as much. And so, we're living in a world right now that is, there's a lot of reasons right now in the world that people are tense besides just their job. I mean, we're in a pandemic. This is a once in 100 years situation, or at least we hope it is. It hadn't happened in 100 years. We hope it'll be 100 more. Hope it'll never happen again. But I mean, these are serious times. And yet we need to learn in the midst of that to find some time to laugh, to find something that we enjoy. Maybe it's just a friend you can call on the phone and ask that, talk to that. Friends are real blessings. You just have somebody you can talk to and bounce ideas off of, and maybe they'll say something funny and make you laugh, or maybe you'll say something funny and maybe that'll make them laugh. I was thinking about a friend of mine the other day that always made me laugh, and I haven't seen this friend in a good while, but anytime I see him, he always makes me laugh. And years ago, probably I bet it's been close to 20 years ago, maybe 50, I bet it's been close to 20 years ago. One Sunday night after church, we were in the worship center, and we were back in phase 1 at that time. And this particular fella is really smart, and he's got a great mind. He's and he can probably fix anything. He's like a Mr. Fix-It type of person. Very industrial, mechanical. And I was asking him if we could do something at the church. And I can't even remember what it was. I said, do you think it'd be possible for us to do this? And he said to me, Johnny, nobody calls me Johnny. Everybody calls me John, but he always called me Johnny. He said, Johnny, he said, we can do anything. He said, you know what we can do in this room if we wanted to? He said, we could hang a jacuzzi from the ceiling of this worship center if we wanted to do it. We could do it. He said, now we couldn't do it tonight. We'd have to study where the beams are. He said, but we could suspend a jacuzzi from the top of this worship center if we wanted to do it. And he got me laughing that night when he said that. And I got laughing the other day when I got thinking about that again. And he's a person in my life that I always enjoy talking to because he's truly funny. He was always saying stuff like that. He's the master of the one-liners. And normally me, I think of something funny to say after everybody's already walked off. Well, he could do it quick just like that. So I love to be around him because he makes me laugh. Well, we need to laugh. And when we laugh, the stress comes down, the stress levels and hormones come down, the immune system is stronger, and the endorphins are released, and we just feel good. So I would encourage you, I think if you watch the news too much, you're not going to be laughing. I mean, it is doom and gloom on a lot of this stuff and this pandemic. And it's so sad what has happened. The number of people who've gotten sick, the number of people who have died, it's tragically sad. And I think we need to keep up with it. We need to know what's going on. But I don't think to sit there and watch that all day long is good for anybody. I really don't. I would encourage you to stay abreast of the situation, but don't devote your whole day to watching that. You're not going to do much laughing because that's some serious stuff, and that just can pull you down, down, down. So whatever it is that makes you laugh, I mean, as long as it's clean and wholesome, man, I encourage you to do it. I encourage you to watch it. I encourage you to call that person. And I just encourage you to laugh. A merry heart doeth good like a medicine. And right now in these times, we all need a little medicine. And laughter may be the best thing that any of us could do. So before today's over with, try to do something or watch something or call somebody that will make you laugh. Have a good day. Bye-bye.